Welcome to the A to Z Roofing Podcast. We're all about treating our customers like family, and today, you're part of our family. Now, here's your A to Z team.
Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the A to Z Roofing Podcast. Guys, we're going to talk today about solar and as it pertains to roofing. So everybody's heard of solar power, solar energy, but I think probably people are a little unclear as to how that pertains to the roofing industry. So why don't you start off by telling everybody a little bit about like what exactly are solar roofing panels specifically and how they differ from traditional your run-of-the-mill solar stuff.
Okay, so Tesla came out with a solar roof tile that basically it's a integrated tile that is attached to the roof that is all connected to one another. And it's just basically at the end of the day, when they're all connected, it's one giant solar panel. Okay. The downside with it is it's basically twice the cost of a regular roof. And there's a very, very small sample size down here. I think I've only seen 2 or 3 installed.
Wait, hold on. Back up a second. When you say it's twice the cost of a regular roof, is because you said the panels attached to the roof, or are they the actual roof? Like the roof is made of solar panels, or is it a roof and then you have panels affixed to the roof?
Right. No. So you actually build up your roof system as if you were getting ready to install a regular roof tile. Okay. And then each individual Tesla tile is a solar panel.
Got it. Okay.
So when they
the
attach
whole
it
thing
to the
is solar
roof,
panels.
Yes, it is one giant solar panel.
I could see how that would be a little bit more costly.
Yes.
When and I know you mentioned that the jury's out yet, right? I guess it takes a long time to see what the effects of these are. If you make this investment that's twice as much as your typical roof, when do they expect that you'd see a return on that? Because obviously you're going to save on power over time. Have they done like analysis of this? Have they had anybody had a roof installed long enough to see actual savings, or is it something that you put it on now and you're hoping that maybe 20 years from now you start saving?
Right. So that is out in, for debate still. I haven't seen any documentation or data on it. But the problem is if it does take 20 years for your return on investment, your typical roof life is still only 20 to 25 years. So for me, the benefits, I don't know if it's there yet. I don't know if you're able to put energy back into the grid where the meter's going backwards and you're actually making money back from from the power companies or not. The jury's out still. I guess we'll know in 10, 15 more years. We'll see if it's even worth it.
And how it upholds with the storm. We haven't really had, thankfully, a major hurricane here since I think they probably have been installed. It's been a few years on this side. And so
because they were just recently approved.
Right.
I'm knocking on wood.
Yes, we are all knocking on wood.
So there's a distinction. I've seen homes with regular roofs with some kind of solar attachments to it.
The
right?
panels.
So it's not all or nothing, right? You could do
There's other options, obviously.
So there's a difference between the solar roofing tile, like the Tesla roofing tile, and then actually just like a panel affixed to the top of a roof, which I've seen.
Your traditional panel. So there's downsides, obviously, to attaching panels to a roof where when they get ready to install panels, they have to put brackets on the roof and they have to put penetrations in your roof where the brackets are actually holding the panels themselves. But to get those brackets mounted to the roof, you have to screw through the roof into the truss system where for us, if that happens, warranty does not cover that. But typically the solar panel companies cover those locations where the penetrations occur to hold the brackets in place. The other downside to that is if there is an issue in those brackets, you have to actually remove the panel to get to those penetrations. So there's a lot of is it worth it? Is it not? And at the end of the day, we tell our customers, do your own research on it, because I don't want to guide them in the wrong direction.
Now, are the Tesla tile, like, is that available everywhere? Like, let's say a client calls you tomorrow and they say, hey, I want to redo my roof and I want to do a full-blown solar Tesla panel roof. Are you have access to that? Have you done that before for clients? What has been your experience thus far?
So no, we haven't done it. And to get access to it, we would have to be certified to do it. And we're not certified.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool looking though. I tell you what.
Yeah, it is. It does aesthetically.
You gotta get certified.
Yeah, you have to get certified for it. And you know, that's a whole training process and to have the background behind that as well. But aesthetically, I, as a homeowner, would rather have the Tesla looking ones because it looks more like a roof versus having the big panels. I don't like how those big panels look, which has always been the debate for us as well.
Yeah.
If we ever got them, where would they go?
Yeah, well, because the panels, you typically have to put them on the east or west side of the building so that the sun hits it, or the south side, because that's where the majority of the sun is of the year. And unfortunately for us, our front of the house is pointing south, and my wife doesn't want to look at them. So we never explored it. The panels themselves, right?
Yeah. So in regards to the panels, the only experience that I've had, actually hands-on experience, I had a property that I owned at one point in California that was acquired through a foreclosure, and the previous owner had the Tesla. It wasn't a full-blown. It wasn't the tile. It was the panels that were affixed to the roof, and it was a huge problem dealing with the issue of getting it off, in terms of trying to get approval to get it off, and then dealing with the company, and then it screwed up the deal. So that was the only experience I had. Unfortunately, it wasn't a positive experience. The deal ultimately went through, but it kind of left a bad taste in my mouth about the solar panels affixed to roofs. I could see how moving forward, if you build the roof out of the tiles, well, then that makes a lot of sense. But to take it and affix it on top of another roof, and like what happens when you need to change that roof? I guess you'd put new panels on, or then you would change to. It just seems like an unnecessary addition. I guess, I don't know. I mean,
and not to mention,
I know less about
the panels aren't covered by your standard insurances, from what I've gathered. You have to get
a special policy
insured on the panels themselves. So I've heard more cons than pros with the panels.
Do you know how, I know you don't sell these things, so do you know how they work? Like I mean, obviously it charges, like when you're talking about like a Tesla tile, like solar tile, like how is that constructed? What is that?
So
insight on that?
So the way I've seen it is twofold, where the panels are actually connected to your power meter that runs the power through the house. And I've also seen it where they have the panels operating the home, but they also have Tesla batteries in the garage, where if the power that being used in the house doesn't exceed the power that it's generating, then it has a backup where it actually stores the energy in the batteries. So, but as far as like exact details, I'm not your guy.
My guess is as good as yours.
That's there it is.
I have a list of questions here. I'm looking through. Let's see. What do we got here? So how do you get the training to get licensed, or to get certified to do this? What does that look like? Have you looked into that at all? Is it like a course you take? Like, how do you get certified to have access to this for clients?
So I don't know. Have you looked? I haven't looked at it, but like anything else, it's
typically a course. Like for other certifications that we have, you take a course, whether it's online or in person. You have to take a test. Sometimes they have the actual reps from the manufacturer, from the company that you're going to be certified in, come on the job site with you to walk you through the actual physical part of what the certification entails. And I'm
pretty sure you need an electrician license to do it. You have to be a certified electrician
for the Tesla ones.
For
any solar,
for anything going to power.
Right.
Yeah, you have to be a licensed electrician as well to install them.
When did Elon Musk and Tesla when did they unleash it? Because I remember seeing something years ago about this, and I haven't really seen it catch on yet, right? I don't see many homes. I don't think I've seen a home that has these. Do you guys see this coming up in the South Florida market? Are there any other, other roofing companies you've seen that are offering this type of stuff in South Florida? Because it still seems pretty new to me.
So I caught wind of this probably a decade ago.
Yeah, it was
and
wild.
the first time I saw it was actually in the Polo Club in Boca Raton on a house that they were doing there, and that was about 5 years ago. And I've only seen 2 more since, so it's not catching on yet because it must be super expensive to do it, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
you're
roofing
probably not going to see it.
Really expensive.
Yeah, you're probably not going to see it catch on until it becomes efficient to the point where it's not affordable. 2x times. Like when it gets closer to like 1.5x and it starts bridging the gap between, then you'll start probably seeing a transition as the technology gets better and better and more accessible. I would imagine decades from now, all roofs would be built in this way because it just makes sense. The sun is beating on it anyway. You might as well use the sun to your advantage and let it ruin the materials, like let it charge the materials and create power.
Especially too, because roofing materials have just been on a record high the past couple of years. And so when you need a roof, you don't want to pay twice as much for something that's not necessary when you have to actually get.
Well, it's already twice as much as it was 6 years ago.
Correct. Exactly.
So we're going to be, we'll be at a 4x from 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Basically.
Starting to level out a little bit though.
Is it?
I think so.
All right. What else? Anything else to add on this topic?
I guess one thing is if you are looking, I mean, obviously we don't want to deter people one way or another. Like Adrian says, we give any of the information that we can. But if it is something that you're looking to do, have that conversation with your roofing contractor at the time that you're going to replace your roof, because it is beneficial for the contractor and the solar panel installer to work together.
Absolutely.
It just makes for any future problems that may occur in that area. It reduces that risk because we know that it's installed correctly. We are prepared for it on both ends. And there's not a lot of pointing fingers at the end of the day of like, oh no, the roofer did it. It's their negligence or it's the solar panel, because everyone works together.
And we have worked hand in hand with solar installers in the past, where we try to coordinate the best time to do it, to install their brackets. And that's definitely the best way to do it. So if there is an issue, we can try to identify it before we start throwing tile on a roof or a shingle on a roof, whatever direction they're going, or metal.
Makes sense. So I just had a thought, guys. You just redid the roof at my house. I've decided I want to rip it off, and I want to go all solar. Let's make it happen. You're going to get certified. We're going to go through the process, and we're going to put I'm going to be the test case.
We're ready for
Perfect.
Moving forward. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to pay. I don't want to pay 2x. I don't want to pay anything.
I was ready to say, I'll tell you
my
when to
house
send
is
the
the
check.
test case to see what happens. I'm the test tube baby.
You'll be the sample size.
Yes.
All right,
exactly.
we'll have a conversation about it. We'll see.
Well, Jeremy, good luck with your HOA, pal.
Yeah, let's not go there, please. Yeah, you had to ruin it for me. I had this beautiful dream and vision, and then you crushed my hopes and dreams.
Reality set in.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey,
We'll be waiting till the next decade to get it fixed.
Well, then the technology will catch up.
Perspective.
Oh goodness. All right. Well, we'll leave it at that. If you're listening and you've had experience with solar, whether you put the bracketed panels on, whether you had a good experience, bad experience, let us know about that experience. Leave it in the comments below. We're happy to hear your feedback. And as always, thanks for tuning in, and we will catch everyone next time in the next episode.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Podcast. All right, everyone, take care. Have a wonderful day.
You too.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us on another episode of the A to Z Roofing Podcast. We hope you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of roofing and that you're leaving with valuable insights and ideas to enhance your roofing projects. For more information, visit A2ZRoofingExperts.com or call 954-22-ROOFS. That's 954-227-6637.